Everyone, this is George Ortega for Daily Coronavirus-Driven Mind Stuff. It's April 23rd on Thursday, and this is episode number 10. And this is like this is my fourth take on this. The program keeps stopping. So, I think like if it does it again, I'll just move to a different program, record on a different program. But anyway, I'm going to keep talking about the coronavirus. What we're doing to factory farmed animals is what causes this. This is basic spirituality. It's, we say we believe in God. We say we understand that God rewards us when we do good, punishes us when we do bad, and I'm really all right. This is, I want this to be real. I'm really frustrated by what just happened, because like what's going on through my mind is like this idea of this coronavirus being caused by factory farming, and my advocating, basically an end to factory farming, an end to the farming of animals, that we can do this, let's say within 2 or 3 years, and transition to cultured meat, as I've explained in other episodes. But, like the thought comes to mind again, like twice I was talking about this and some other stuff that's kind of like indicative of who we are as a people, who we are as a society, as a country. And so like my thought is like, somebody from a right-wing organization or the CIA or something, or it's Trump, whatever, it's kind of like come into my computer and just like, crashed my Zoom program. That's the thought comes to mind like that. And like, it's possible, I hope it's not the case. It's probably very unlikely, right? So anyway, that was like frustrating me, that like, my God, like, because it's funny, because like the way I see things is the same way Einstein and Freud and Darwin and Newton see things. And these guys are like the top minds, among the top minds in the world. And the way we see things is that we don't have a free will, that God controls everything, So I might think, and it may be the case, that somebody's hacked, into my computer and stopping my Zoom program. But more fundamentally than that, they don't have a free will. In other words, they're doing that because God is making them do that. And that's a tough thing for people to wrap their heads around. And that's not where we're going to go here. Not in this context. If we want to, if we start blaming each other too much for this coronavirus, then I think it'd be time for those kinds of episodes that explain why we don't have a free will, and why, even though we're doing some horrible things to these animals, and that's why this coronavirus happened, we shouldn't fundamentally blame ourselves. We still need to reform as a people. We need to stop eating meat, dairy, and eggs, and we need to transition to cultured meat, and address the climate change and all that stuff. We need to really get our act together in terms of like being a people and just doing what needs to be done. So anyway, God, I'm getting tired, because like I've already been at this, let's see, 14 minutes, then 10 minutes, then almost an hour, trying to get this to work. We'll see if it works. And again, if it doesn't work, then I'm going to take a nap, or just like, I've got a Zoom meeting at 7 that I want to attend. So just want to like give myself a little rest. It's 5:03 right now, p.m. So anyway, yeah, and I'm like, it's funny because this is the fourth take, and it's rattled me. It's like, because like I'm talking, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, is this going to record? Whatever. So, and the thing, with hackers and stuff, if somebody wants to get into your computer, apparently my understanding is they can, and it's really difficult to stop them. So, you know, and the way I live my life, fine. If somebody's hacked into my computer and, or, you know, it's all coming from God, I just like, I deal with it, you know, like I deal with the weather. There's nothing I can do about it. Right. So anyway, oh God. Yeah, I'm a little tired from this. And actually I want to like just relax a bit. Cause again, I don't know if this is going to record or not, or it's going to allow me to finish this. Yeah, and I'm going to shift. You know, we'll go back to the like, you know, we're evil people because of what we're doing to the animals, and that's why we're having coronavirus. We'll do that in another episode again, you know, because like it's important. Because if we don't do this, you know, it'll happen again, and you know, who wants that? But all right. So if I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about me right now, I guess, right? Because I don't like to talk about me so much because, like, who cares about me, right? I mean, I care about me, but I'm not sure you do. I'm like, um, but actually, no, right? Um, what I want to share some positive information from my life that I think you can use. If you haven't been on Zoom rooms yet, you should. This is an opportunity. I'm constantly trying to make the world better in some ways, help people out and help them become happier, or, you know, different ways of improving their lives and our world. And it's hard for me to move away from that. You know, that's what my career has been about for like, you know, 30 years, 35 years. Um, so so yeah, I mean, like because I'm thinking if I'm not talking about something that's relevant to you, then I'm not sure I should be doing this show. You know, because I mean, it might be of interest for me to just like, you know, again, the show was going to be about just like me talking to myself, and and that, you know, that didn't work out. I mean, like, so anyway, all right, gotten through 20 minutes. What I did is I rebooted the computer. Maybe, you know, God willing, it was just a computer glitch, and so. Um, Yeah, I'm tired. You know, after an hour of recording, you know, I'm tired of talking, but I want to get it done because then I've got like a 7 o'clock Zoom meeting and then an 8 o'clock Zoom meeting. And I just want to get this up and into the studio before that, you know, just, I feel good when I do that. I should have done it earlier today. I should probably do this first thing in the morning. And then, you know, you get kind of like the benefit of like my mind not being, I don't know if it's a benefit or not. It's like, you know, coming out of sleep, whatever. Um, but I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're utilizing Zoom, because Zoom for me has been a lifesaver. It's a godsend. It's like, you know, my social life um, is enhanced by this. You know, I was talking to some people from Chicago yesterday, and then like some people later that day who one of the people, one person is in California, one person's in Florida, one person I believe I was in Canada in Toronto, and like we're from all over, and we spent 2 hours together, and it's entertaining, and it helps to create connection, you know. We share information. I got a couple of good movie recommendations. I haven't watched a movie in a while. But all right, so like 18 minutes and 40 seconds to go. It's weird though, because like before in the last take, I was really like fire and brimstone, you know. Jeremy, what's his name? Some preacher, I forget his name. There was some guy, I don't know if it's John Locke. No, he was a philosopher. I don't think he was a preacher also. But anyway, it's like I was saying, hey, you know, God is pissed with us. I mean, like, you know, we're abusing these animals, and, you know, this pandemic is the cost and what we need to do. So again, I was thinking, you know, the computer cut out twice while I was doing that. And And then actually I was also going to talk about something else, and I'm not even going to mention it again because like, you know, that's when it cut out. And if somebody is like listening to this stuff, you know, I'll mention that on a recording that I do that's not Zoomed, you know, so, or, I mean, maybe they can like do the same thing, or maybe they're, who knows. But anyway, so in terms of this coronavirus, yeah, it's going to be with us like this lockdown stuff for like months and months. I mean, May, June, July, August. You know, maybe in August we'll begin to like, you know, some people will begin to go back to work. But then like, again, it's like, so we go out for a while, then, you know, we got to lock down again for some months when the deaths start going up too much. I mean, this is like, you know, it's surreal, isn't it? And it, you know, this is like God telling us, hey, you know, it's time to get our acts together, you know, at least in terms of how we treat these animals. And at the very least, God. So, all right, what else? Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I attended interestingly, a White Plains meetup, Zoom room meeting, you know, earlier today. I thought it was an hour long. They go an hour and a half, and they're reading this book by Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, that I believe is about, you know, the struggles of being an artist. And so, you know, I downloaded the book. I'm going to listen to it. And like, they're, I think, in week 4 of a 12 or 15 week, I forget how many week, you know, exploration of the book. I think it's a great idea. And so I'll join them next week. So that was good. But the interesting thing is ordinarily the people that I talk to are like from other parts of the, you know, country and stuff. So let's see, what else? Haven't been out yet. I mean, I'd like to. Yeah, once I record this, you know, and convert it, I'm not going to upload it yet. I will take a walk because I think it's a good thing. And I need peanuts. I just realized I need peanuts, but that's all I need. And I don't think I want to go food shopping just for peanuts. That doesn't seem to make much sense. I did a lot of cooking today. Oh, I cooked like some chickpeas from dried peas and black beans from dried black beans. And then I cooked some millet and some barley and some steel cut oats. You know, and this takes, you know, quite a while. You know, it's like stovetop cooking them. It's not like instant stuff. And then like, so like, cause then I freeze them, you know, I portion them off, and like I cooked a little too much. So like, I mean, fortunately everything fit in the freezer, but you know, and that felt good though. Like this, you know, I'm a vegan, you know, I just eat plant-based foods. And this, you know, what I just cooked today will last me like 2-3 weeks, whatever. When I supplement it with salads and you know, stuff like that, whatever, you know, fruits. But so what else? Yeah, no, like I was like, you know, my one of my rooms, you know, like it was getting a bunch of people. At one point we had 18 people, and but now, well, last night there was 8, but you know, not new people. It's nice when new people come in, and I list it every day on Meetup, and I think I'm going to have to change the title, because right now I think the title is simply Staying Happy During Coronavirus. And what I noticed is like that when an event is happening every day, I mean, for those of us who attend it, you know, it can get a little, I mean, I've been with a group in someone else's Zoom room and mine, then, you know, the same people come, you know, day after day, and it's really nice. You know, like last week, it felt great. this week, we all seem to be kind of like a bit more challenged by this coronavirus stuff. But I'm thinking the daily format, just announcing it on the meetup, that some people might really appreciate it. And if I had another meetup group, I think I'd do a group therapy, a support group, to deal with kind of, like whether you have a diagnosis of depression or anxiety, whatever, you're dealing with difficult feelings, with anxiety, frustration, sadness, fear, and it's good, it's good to talk with others who are doing the same, because it makes you feel kind of like you're working on something, and getting good advice, giving advice. So this is working. It's like 12 minutes left to go. If it cuts out again, like, again, I'm guessing that, like, well, I'm wondering, like, I'm online, so if somebody's hacking into this, I guess I'll have to record these shows just basically, call it offline, I can't use Zoom to do that. I like to use Zoom because it has a little timestamp, but I would just like use a different program, and, that should get me through because if I'm offline, there's absolutely no way somebody could be like in real time, hacking into this. And the other thing is, like, I don't want to like scare people, because, like, basically people don't have a reason to do this ordinarily. There's just no incentive. So, many people kind of like, Zoom had some security concerns, but it was like minors, like some kids, I guess, some teenagers would crash the room, and they'd start kind of like intimidating people, just like, saying inappropriate things or posting inappropriate videos. But that's easy to manage. They have these waiting rooms, so you only let people in that you want to. And so, like, because I think these kids were like, they must have been like 10 at a time or something, I don't know. And then you can, like, for example, they were playing videos, porno videos, actually. So basically they've got a setting where, like, only hosts can share the screen, so that prevents against that. So yeah, Zoom, I mean, like, I think, I wouldn't buy into, like, anyone saying that Zoom is not safe. It's probably at least as safe as the other competitors, and it's probably the competitors who see, like, Zoom, I mean, like, it's such an amazing app. It went from 10 million, about 3 weeks ago, to 200 million. Now it's over 300 million. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping getting up into, let's say, 1 billion or 2 billion people that are using this. I am tired. All right, so it's 9:46 seconds left, minutes and seconds. And yeah, I lost a bit of my motivation to do this, and that's all right, because this, and yeah, how many people watch this, I don't know. And if it's useful, great. But it's good for me, and it's also like, this is a chronicle, I don't know how many people are doing this, but, like, decades or even centuries later, they have this material and are trying to understand how we were so, like, screwed up, how our society was so messed up, whatever, compared to, like, how they would be, because, like, we're, like, evolving into much higher, more intelligent, more virtuous, happier beings. That tends to be the trajectory. So they'll probably be amused by all this stuff, understand the personal ways that, and again, like, they'd have so much material, because, like, a lot of people are doing this kind of stuff and recording it, I would imagine. I don't know. All right, so I hope you guys are doing well. Testing, yeah, I was testing, check out, make sure my mic was, yeah, that really frazzled me, man. Like, it's frustration. It's like 3 times an hour I'm recording this. And, like, again, I didn't want to, like, leave it till later. I wanted to do it now. And I almost through it, 8:14. So whether it's, like, people that are hacking me and it's ultimately God, making them, whatever, and we'll get into that some other time. apparently who, and I rebooted the computer. So maybe, it could have been a glitch, but even like with glitches like that, my mind view, again, so it coincides with that of Einstein, Newton, Darwin, and Freud, there are no scientific minds that are above them, essentially. They're the top four. And they understand that nothing's up to us, and they were all theists. I don't know about Darwin. Well, I got to check out whether Darwin believed in God. And actually, no, I'm not sure Freud believed in God. I'm going to look that up. Einstein and Newton certainly did. But anyway, I think yeah, no, I don't know how they did that. But anyway, it's this idea that, yeah, we don't have, so like if somebody is or was hacking into my computer, this is like God making them do that. It's not like they're doing it of free will. So like I'm dealing with God. So God could have either like had somebody hack into my machine and like prevent the video from happening, or could have just like some glitch that had nothing to do with anyone, glitch in the computer, for whatever reason. Which kind of like invites inquiry into the spiritual aspect of our lives that we don't ordinarily explore, even though we subscribe to it. I mean, like, we have a spiritual nature, a soul, God is like knowing everything and controlling everything, yet we never see God except, well, if you take the understanding God is everything, then you understand that God, is, everything, everything you're looking around, just a part of God, of course. Okay, so again, about 6 minutes left. And yeah, this is good. I think I kind of like doing this show here. And I kind of like, sometimes like this position is all right. But then after a while, I never really worked on my back. I mean, like I can meditate like this for a while, but if I'm not meditating, it's harder. But I just like, leaning into this just feels better for some reason. And the shot, I'm able to connect with myself better because I'm looking actually at myself instead of the camera. And when I do these shows from the sofa, it's harder to align that. It looks like I'm looking way off into the, away from the camera or away from the screen, whatever. So, what else? Well, I mean, like, this is just really an interesting time, and it's surreal, it's challenging, but like, I'm an optimist. I'm kind of like thinking, what good is going to come from this? And for me, that the obvious number one choice is the Zoom. That if you haven't tried it yet, you absolutely have to, and try it with people that you don't know. Try it with people from other, countries, other states. And if you don't know how to access those meetings, you just become a member of Meetup. It's a New York City-based company, and it's got millions and millions of members, and basically that's where people post events. That's where my happiness club events and my free will discussions, and I've led hundreds of discussions, both here in White Plains and in Manhattan over the last 10 years, and I've had several thousand people altogether, attending them. And so many other people do this. You might find, connecting with others through this helpful. I do. To me, it's kind of like, people work and people have their lives, and then at 8 o'clock, I have my room open, and they come in, and we talk. And I like to lay back. I like to like talk far less than most other people. Sometimes I'll direct the conversation if I think it's moving, or let's say there's somebody who just came into the room and hasn't said anything, I'll just like say hi to them to bring them into the conversation, but for the most part, I just let the conversation, go its own way. Okay, I'm like at the back of my mind, is it going to allow me to, is it's going to work? Because like, it could be that like it stops and like only records the first 4 minutes like it did last time. So got like, under the 3-minute mark, almost there. Hopefully it'll work. Because I don't want to do this again anytime soon. I mean, if it does this again, then I will try to do this later tonight. I'll just like leave my meeting and just go back on here. So I had like, I usually don't drink, but I had like a beer and a half. I mean, those tall things that are like a beer and a half, you can't get, regular can't, well, whatever. But I think I prefer not to drink for whatever reason. I meditate. I kind of like calm myself down in that way. Although actually, I might want to experiment with drinking a bit more, just a can and a half, like every day or every other day, because I slept really well last night for the first time in a while. I mean, I must have slept like 8, 9 hours straight, which was nice. And people are having trouble sleeping. I hopefully that will get better for us. All right, so like we're getting to the 1-minute mark soon, and so yeah, again, like these episodes are cablecast Monday through Friday through White Plains Community Media on channel 76 if you're an Optimum subscriber, and 45 if you're a Verizon subscriber. And you can also see them on the website. As a matter of fact, my show has been showing, for this last half hour on White Plains Community Media. I usually check to see that, well, I have checked whatever. But anyway, you can catch it there. Or I upload them to YouTube, and I'm beginning to also upload just the audio to Internet Archive. You can catch it there also. So 36 seconds. I hope you're doing well. This is like totally uncharted territory for us. And it will give us, I think, the opportunity to create a much better world. A world where, like, for example, we're recognizing the work of these cashiers and these stock people, supermarket workers and all. And maybe we should start paying them more. All right, so this is George Ortega, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.